Hello and welcome to ZgermanGuy Reviews. And welcome back, my friends, to another edition of Kingdom Hearts, a retrospective. I am a sentimental person. I freely admit it. I never throw things away that I own, or God forbid sell them. It goes even so far that I am printing out pictures of stuff that I saw on Netflix or downloaded on Steam so I can look back on something physical one day and feel like Bilbo Baggins. Because memories are precious. A lesson we are going to learn in today's game. Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories came out just a few years after the huge success of the first game. It is here where the series starts to show for the first time one of its most well-known attributes: its infinitely confusing plot. Still hard to believe that a game with Donald Duck, Goofy and a boy with a giant key as a sword has one of the most complex video game plots of all time. Maybe this is just an elaborate prank. You know, you are a parent, see this cover in the game store, buy it for your kids, and then a week later the room looks like a conspiracy nut dungeon. And I can assure you, there will be so many head-scratching moments that you will peel off your skin. But when I get to the point where I can actually begin to explain stuff, it's going to be so rewarding. By the way, here's another interesting fact. Nomura wasn't sure if the game would do well enough to continue the story, which I have to say, what the fuck, man? Seriously? You create a children's wet dream, that sounds wrong, and you are unsure if it will do well? Also, just so you know, I go through these games in order as they appeared, since it would make no sense to spoil big plot twists in the series before they were meant to be revealed. Anyway, our story begins with a quick recap of the events of the last game, while Simple and Clean plays once more in the background. And I know what some of you are thinking. Isn't this song after a while totally overused? To which I answer, do you want to start World War III? Cause this is how you start World War III. No, the song is never overused. Just like Frozen's Let It Go, it will go on for all eternity, and you infidels will like it. We meet Sora again, who, as you remember, ended up in a random world somewhere after he and King Mickey closed the door to Kingdom Hearts so the darkness which surrounded it could not enter the world. He, Donald and Goofy were chasing Pluto, who had a letter from the king in his mouth. After a whole day full of running, they decide to sleep in the grass somewhere, but Sora wakes up having a strange feeling of being watched. Oh god, it's the Predator from Destiny Island! You have to hide me! As it turns out, he was right, but before they really know what happens, all three get teleported to the most impractical castle in all of existence. Since they don't have any idea where they are or how to get back, they enter the castle and somehow all of them get the same feeling that the king is here. Jiminy Cricket rightfully points out that it is more than a little bit strange that all of them get the exact same feeling at the exact time, but since they have no other way to go, they decide to explore the castle. A man in a black coat appears and welcomes them in Castle Oblivion. As the name suggests, this is a place in which the visitors will lose all of their memories in time, just as Sora and his friends are about to. But the man assures them that they won't be dementia patients who shit in their diapers, as every memory that is being lost will be replaced by a memory that was forgotten. Or to put it in confusing language, in this place to lose is to find, and to find is to lose. The man also shows us the new game mechanic as well. Every attack or spell uses a card. You have a limited number of cards, but in order to attack your enemies, you need to break their cards by playing ones that are higher in number than theirs, but there are also combo cards and different exceptional rules. What I am trying to say is, making the transition from Kingdom Hearts 1 to Chain of Memories feels a little bit like... You learn every last page of this manual by the end of tomorrow, or you are fired. Literally, we will set you on fire. Also, we are playing a children's card game! Darkness of Motorcycles! Of course, just like with all things that are complicated, when you get the hang of it, it's really fun. And now that I'm playing through these games all at once, I realize what a damn fine job they did in keeping things new and interesting. Unlike another game series that doesn't even try anymore and just gets a graphic update every year because it doesn't give a fuck. Anyways, the hooded man gives us a card that he claims he made from our memories and tells us to move on if we want to find those that we lost. The card, which has magic powers, opens up a door and reveals Traverse Town. The trio fights some Heartless, and soon afterwards the castle's powers start to affect their minds as they begin to confuse different events with each other or can't get the past in correct order and need to use Jiminy's journal to figure out what exactly happened. As they talk, some bits and pieces about the past pop up inside their heads, but they say that it feels like remembering without remembering. Suddenly Leon,
Help me, Leon! Help! Leon! Leon!
shows up, and Sora, who could not be happier to see him, is shocked upon hearing that he can't remember who they are. We meet the rest of the Traverse Town folks, but it seems all of them have no memories about anything that happened. Aerith suggests this could be because Sora's heart is full of memories which resonates with theirs. Sora then decides to look around Traverse Town to see if he can find Riku, but instead he runs into Sid, who can't remember him either. He tells him that a giant Heartless appears if the bells in the clock tower ring 3 times, and what do you know, that's exactly what happens. We fight the Heartless, and afterwards Sora tells his old friends that he has to move on. Everyone wishes them good luck and says goodbye, but Aerith returns before Sora can leave and tells him that this place and every person he met here, as well as every person that he is going to meet, is nothing but a figment of his memories. None of this is real, and that he has to remember that fact as long as he stays in Castle Oblivion. An advice he will ignore completely. Donald asks Sora who he was talking to. When he turns, he realizes Aerith has disappeared, giving a not so subtle hint that what she said is true. Or Sora is just losing his marbles. But if she wasn't real, how can he trust what she said? But hey, the greatest video games always have the main character with some kind of hallucinations running around. Or Sora uses some illegal substances. I would really love to see how an already extremely creative game would use this opportunity. Nah, who am I kidding? Drugs would actually take Kingdom Hearts back to a less creative place. We step out of the magic door and go back to the white hallway, where the man in black... I'm so sorry. No, I'm not. Waits for us. Before he can attack us, another dude in black shows up, who introduces himself as Axel. He attacks us with his chumcrams, and as his hairstyle and color lets you expect, he is a pretty flamey dude. Wouldn't it be freaking brilliant if there was an RPG where the end boss of the game looks like the embodiment of fire? You know, red clothes, flaming tattoos, and he would tease you the entire game long, only for you to find out that his specialty is ice magic? Axel quickly learns that it is not okay to mess with the Keyblade Master, so before we can continue to kick him in the balls, he gives up and gives us a bunch of magic cards, each containing the now somewhat distorted memories of each world that Sora visited in the past. I decided that it is best that I will visit the worlds in the same order as I did last time, so let's start with Wonderland. There, our favorite young lady Alice is on trial once more for the attempted theft of the Queen's memories. Sora, in a not so intelligent move, claims he is the thief, which of course means off with our heads. The group hides in the woods where the Cheshire Cat appears, remarking that if you try too hard to remember something, your memory could lie to you, and then leaves just as quick as he came. Thanks for being so helpful, Captain Dick Fur. Later the Red Queen finds us still wanting to paint the white roses in her garden red, with our blood. Thank God that she has a quick case of memory loss and doesn't remember what she was going to do. Even better, her thoughts get interrupted by the juggler Heartless. That is a pain in the RSS to fight, since the only place you can hit him is in the face, which is difficult to reach and, well, you know, limited cards and all that. Anyway, we can claim victory, and Alice, behaving a little bit more clever than our dear Sora, tells the Queen, when asked what she is doing here, that she ordered them to go out and defeat the Heartless. The Queen, too prideful to admit that she simply forgot something, congratulates us and goes back to her castle. We thank Alice for coming up with such a good idea, but sadly also need to say auf Wiedersehen. Back in the white hallways, Goofy desperately tries to remember some place they have been to before, but the name just doesn't come to mind. They ask Jiminy for help, who digs out his journal, but shockingly discovers that every single page is blank. This worries the trio very much and makes them wonder if they will keep on losing more and more memories the higher they go up, and if that includes their friends. But Goofy reminds them of their motto, keep your head up and smile. He says they may lose all kinds of memories in this place, but not the most important things to them. And then there is this little gem.
Get nothing to be scared of. Let's go!
But when I turned into a Heartless, who was the one who took forever to notice and kept clobbering me?
How come you couldn't forget about that?
Don't think I will forget that you assaulted me. I will drag you to court and put your ass in jail, you sick fuck. In the Colosseum, Phil again thinks we are just some amateurs, but Sora insists that he should give us a chance. So Sora, Cloud and Herc take part in an obstacle course, ending in an arena battle. Unfortunately, Cloud made a deal with Hades to kill Hercules so he would restore his lost memories, but Hades tells him he never intended to help him anyway. Hades attacks us, thinking we should be no match for him after the battle, but he is very, very wrong. Cloud, about to leave, gets reminded by Sora that even the smallest things can make lost memories return, so he just has to keep looking. Ach, Sora. You see people that are not even real, and yet you feel obligated to help them. You are like Gandhi, Dr. King and Jesus all rolled into one. We cut over to the trio still trying to remember what things there could be that they could have forgotten without knowing. They of course can't think of any, which makes them wonder if that's good or bad. However, Sora says there's one thing he could never forget, the promise he made to bring back Kairi's good luck charm.
Huh? Oh?
Isn't that just great? Sora's mind broke and we are stuck in Castle Sterile. No, of course, he snaps out of it and they move on to Agrabah, where Aladdin is being ambushed by Heartless. We try to help, but they are just too many, so Aladdin uses his magic lamp, wishing that Genie makes the Heartless disappear. Should you not better wish for destroying the Heartless? I mean, if you wish them away, they cannot pop up somewhere else and terrorize people. Aladdin would like us to accompany him to the palace since the city is still full of black ones. We agree and together we find Jasmine, who is being attacked by the Heartless. Aladdin, thinking they would never make it in time, wishes for Jasmine to be saved. Gotta get those 3 jokers somehow out of the way, Before he can waste his last wish on wishing these Heartless away, who very well could be the Heartless he just teleported earlier, the group decides to fight them the old-fashioned way. During the fight, however, Jafar, who I didn't mention until now because I thought it was obvious that he is behind this, manages to take the magic lamp and explains he will make Jasmine his bride so he can become Sultan. His first wish to Genie being to bring her to him. Like the dollar bills in the club, gotta waste those wishes, The gang follows, catching him at the palace entrance. Jafar arrogantly tells them he is not going to waste one of his wishes because he can deal with them all by himself. Because I am a mighty wizard! And not because my latest album was a complete failure. But that sentence turns out to be the biggest pile of bullcrap on a bull farm, because Aladdin jumps down from one of the rooftops, which startled him like a rabbit, which is why he uses one of his wishes to bitch slap Aladdin. Sora and the others assure him they will take him down, but Jafar doesn't give up that easy and mockingly says that we just don't think in big dimensions. He wishes to become an all-powerful genie, but that goes as well as you'd expect. Genie now wants to wrap things up pretty quick and urges Al to wish to become a prince, so he can get the girl. But then, well, you all have seen the movie, so I don't need to explain what is going to happen next. Speaking of wrapping things up, I hope you all had an enjoyable time, and I hope I can all see you again on the next ZgermanGuy episode. ZgermanGuy out and auf Wiedersehen.